Come away with innocence and leave me with my sins. The air around me still feels like a cage. Love is just a camouflage for what resembles rage again. So if you love me, let me go and run away before I know. My heart is just too dark to care. I can't destroy what isn't there. Deliver me into my fate. If I'm alone, I cannot hate. I don't deserve to have you. My smile was taken long ago. If I can change, I hope I never know. I still press your letters to my lips and cherish them in parts of me that savor every kiss. I couldn't face a life without your light. But all of that was ripped apart when you refused to fight. So save your breath, I will not hear. I think I made it very clear. You couldn't hate enough to love. Is that supposed to be enough? I only wish you weren't my friend. Then I could hurt you in the end. I never claimed to be a saint. My own was banished long ago. It took the downfall to let you go. Against my stones and spit your pity in my soul. You never needed any help. You sold me out to save yourself, and I won't listen to your shame. You ran away, you're all the same. Angels lie to keep control. My love was punished long ago. If you still care, don't ever let me know. If you still care, don't ever let me know.
Yo! What have you two? It's time for the DNN news. Not a real news agency, by the way. I just want to see what's going on. Hold on. What's going on here? I'm in trouble with this. I might have to not use that. Sometimes I have a little trouble with some of my softwares and whatnot. It's a real pain in the butt. Oh well. Let's go ahead and keep going. Let's look around. See what I can find. Deploying Marines in the Middle East. That surprised me. A lot of people said there's going to be a draft.
We begin with the war in Iran, now entering its third week. Both sides.
I like the green subs on. Sticks out.
Sides digging in. Tehran is now threatening retaliation after the U.S. attacked a critical oil hub. The U.S. striking 90 targets on an island which serves as Iran's main oil export terminal. Israel congratulating the U.S. on the strikes. The U.S. embassy in Baghdad once again coming under fire as a missile struck a helipad. President Trump saying that Iran is totally defeated and wants a deal, but not one that he would accept. And the U.S. is now sending more troops to the Middle East, including more than 2,000 Marines. We have team coverage tonight, and Marcus Moore leads us off from Doha, Qatar.
I hope it's not true when people are talking about a draft going on. People are going to be wanting to not go there. And I don't blame them. I don't think I would go either.
Tonight, the U.S. escalating its offensive. Iran defiant, repeating the warning that any strike on its energy infrastructure would be met with attacks on American-linked energy interests. Overnight, the U.S. striking Iran's Kerech Island, the country's main hub for oil production. President Trump posting video of projectiles hitting the airport and other sites. CENTCOM saying the U.S. struck 90 Iranian military targets on the island. Hours later, in an apparent act of retaliation, drones striking the UAE's main oil hub of Fujairah, the emirate forced to suspend some of its oil operations. And tonight, with the war now entering its third week, President Trump saying Iran is totally defeated and wants a deal, but a deal that he would not accept. 5,000
Yeah, I heard something about Trump saying he doesn't want any deals. He wants unconditional surrender. Unconditional. Try to fix this thing one more time. It annoys me when things don't work the way they're supposed to. Especially with no reason. There we go. It's partially working. Partially working anyhow. That should be good right there. I think.
U.S. military personnel, including 2,200 Marines, are headed to the region, joining the more than 50,000 American troops already there. This as the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad came under attack yet again. Smoke seen billowing from the compound early Saturday. Here in Doha, there is growing unease about the near-constant Iranian attacks that have shaken residents and disrupted livelihoods. Iran's retaliation crippling the region's airspace and effectively...
I heard a lot about this area. I heard that Iran is hiding a lot of forces in these mountains. And whenever anybody tries to defend the strait, they just bombard everything and hide in there. But the desert, you can't really hide anything. You just get your ass blasted.
Closing the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil flows. The closure taking its toll on the Gulf states and the rest of the world. Now France and Italy reportedly in talks with Iran to reopen the strait. Earlier this week, CENTCOM announced that they had destroyed more than a dozen Iranian ships that could be used to lay
You
mines.
sunk my battleship. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I know it's not funny.
And back in the U.S., these 4 decommissioned minesweepers are awaiting dismantling in Philadelphia. They were moved from their base in Bahrain, where they had been stationed in the event of a disruption in the Strait of Hormuz.
It's quite possible that Iran will continue mining the Straits of Hormuz, and they can do so within a matter of hours. They have hundreds, thousands of small boats that all have the capability to do that.
And Whit, Iran's foreign minister says that the Strait of Hormuz is open to all vessels except those with links to the U.S. and its allies.
Oh, how do you like that? They're basically shutting us out. They're like, it's open to everyone. Except America and anybody that's friendly to them. If you come over here with that shit, we're gonna blow you out of the water. Oh, it's so fucked up.
In a post today online, President Trump called on China, France, the UK, and other countries to send ships to the region to help keep the strait open.
I heard about that.
We begin with the war.
I saw something on here on YouTube about Trump asking for help from other countries. They're all like literally trying to start World War III. You're literally calling everybody to help you. This makes it worse.
We begin this morning in the Middle East and Operation Epic Fury.
Well, that city's kind of pretty. It's kind of pretty there, in a way.
The sirens sounding in Israel earlier this morning as Iran vows to ramp up its retaliatory strikes after one of their key oil sites were hit.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst joins us now from Tel Aviv.
I should make a banner for that. That just says Operation Epic Fury and just put it on top just for...
With the latest, what's the latest there on the ground, Trey?
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. After the 8th round of incoming Iranian ballistic missiles since midnight,
why does he look so mad?
We do have some new video to show you of an impact this morning in central Israel. This video...
Whoa.
shows a cluster impact in Tel Aviv. You can see on...
Oh. I heard something about some of the missiles they're sending over have these clusters or something that drop off of them. So even if you stop the missile itself, the clusters still come down and blow up.
On the security camera provided...
Holy hell, it still does a good amount of damage. I think all of these were windows and it blew it out. Were they windows? Looks like, I think they are windows.
Israel. This video shows a cluster impact in Tel Aviv. You can see on the security camera provided by the
Destroys all the windows, shakes it.
The police.
Messed up the road a little bit.
This explosion, no one was injured in this particular impact, but there are reports of injuries on the outskirts of Tel Aviv after an apartment was hit by one of these cluster munitions. Overnight, missile interceptors soared through the skies of central Israel.
Oh, that dude right there, his ears must be ringing.
Shooting down some of this incoming fire. It's been a difficult evening for the Israeli people who spent much of their time in bomb shelters amid these new incoming Iranian attacks. A deputy police spokesperson talking about what happened overnight.
As a result of the
Okay, the people there in Israel need to at least try to be safe. I know they think that all the missiles are gonna be intercepted, but there's always a chance that they're not. Actually, I heard that there's some of the missiles are landing now. Is it true? I don't know. That's why I'm looking into this.
missile impact.
I'm bringing it to you here, live on DNN News.
It caused fire
Dingle News Network.
Several vehicles and damages to several buildings. Together with the forces of the Homefront Command, the MDA service, and the security forces at this stage, we found that 3 people were lightly wounded. At the moment, we are working to inspect the inside buildings to see that there are no one trapped inside, and of course sealing off the scene.
Now this comes as the Israelis are launching new strikes against the Iranian regime.
I'm not looking out here.
You can see this video from Friday. They are hammering the Islamic Republic and many of these launching positions and the stockpiles of ballistic missiles. International attention remains focused on the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, where the Iranians are still issuing new threats about this critical thoroughfare.
The Strait of Hormuz will not be open to shipping. Not a single American Navy vessel will be allowed to enter the Persian Gulf. The presence of America in the Persian Gulf has been the main cause of insecurity over the past 50 years. It is not possible to establish security in the region without America's exit from the Persian Gulf.
The Iranians are talking and the Americans are striking. U.S. Central Command releasing this video from Friday showing Karg Island, where up to 95% of Iran's crude oil is processed. Significant strikes there. President Trump.
Damn. That's a large percentage. They're going for the eyes right there.
Telling media over the weekend, we totally demolished Karg Island, but we may hit it a few more times just for fun. We've totally decimated it.
Come on, why is he talking like this? He's supposed to be the president. That's not very professional. A few times just for fun. That's kind of like whenever somebody has a toy or something, and they're just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not a good look.
We do expect a ramp up in U.S. and Israeli strikes in the hours and days ahead. We've seen many of the
He's flexing on them pretty much.
refueler planes overhead as they are making sure these jets have the ability to strike targets deep inside of Iran. Guys?
All right, Trey Yingst, live for us in Tel Aviv. Trey, thank you very much.
Thanks, Trey.
And with that, let's bring in Fox News Sunday anchor and Fox News chief legal.
1,000 employees within DHS and its various agencies to show up to work without a paycheck. And of course, we consider them essential. They are. So we're asking a lot of these people, and I'm going to be asking.
They're targeting American businesses in Dubai. Not good. I gotta look at the comments on
Major
this one.
strikes against Iran's largest oil terminal in Kharg Island could prove to be a tipping point in the war. As President Trump announces, many countries will be sending warships to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Our next guest knows all about fighting the war of terror in this region. Former U.S. Navy Lieutenant Commander Tom Sauer joining us. Commander, thank you for joining us. And as we talk about the options of how you open that Strait of Hormuz, whether it's more air power, whether it's an actual U.S. ground force component, or even allies helping escort ships through the strait, what?
Man, his hair is kind of high up, isn't it? Maybe it's the way he's tilting his head.
Do you see as the best options?
Thanks for having me, Griff. I would say that obviously I think the best option is through naval power. Maybe I'm biased because I went to the Naval Academy and I spent the past 20 years of my life studying and working and training for this problem. So have all my closest friends, even my brother as well. And we've got task forces that have been around longer than I've been alive, dedicated solely to keeping the Strait of Hormuz clear. And a lot of those guys, friends of mine I talked to, are getting ready to ramp it up right now. They're standing by and they're very resolute in what they're going to do. I do think it's very good and helpful that we get our friends and allies. Particularly, I think I've read somewhere that the French are actually sending their Charles de Gaulle carrier strike group. That's really good news. By what I think this really highlights, because look, Americans don't want to see American boots on the ground in Iran or anything like that, and that's why having Trump's great golden fleet is going to be a huge part of this. Now, obviously,
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's not a good idea for us to be in this war at all. All it does is weaken us further. Like over in Ukraine, we're dumping a lot of funds, a lot of weapons to aid them. That just weakens us. Now we're even weaker because we're pouring all of our strength into this as well. And what does that mean? That means that we're pretty much in a weakened state, so that people like China can swoop in and try to beat our asses. So I don't think China really cares what's going on, because it weakens us and it leaves us open to attack, and it makes us weaker as a nation. Also, it gives them the moral high ground. They can look at everybody and be like, tisk tisk. What are you doing?
That's going to take some time. And one of the key aspects of this is reindustrialization of America. This is our shipbuilding. This is like through allocations of tens of billions of dollars to the Office of Strategic Capital, led by Dave Lorch, under Secretary Hegseth and President Trump's leadership. But this is really going to be a naval problem. I've transited the Strait of Hormuz more times than I can count. And it's a pretty, it is a critical choke point for the global.
Saying all this stuff makes me want to play one of those games where you're like in a warthog or something in HC-130.
Oil supply, and that's something that President Trump has really made a focus on, and I'm very optimistic about this in the long term.
And Tom, you raised a really important point, and that is you talked about task force that have been dealing with planning for something like this for many years. I think you're referring.
Whoa, that's crazy. What is that? Heat signatures? Or what kind of camera is that? I don't know what that is. It's gotta be light, right? Is that light that's making that darkness?
Referring to Task Force 52, among others, and it seems to me that really undercuts the critics of the Trump administration that have said that there was no plan.
Oh, hell, they're fucking him up right there.
To deal with something like this. Explain your thoughts on that and what something like Task Force 52 would do.
Now, yeah, whenever I heard that, you might have seen a post of mine on X last night that was just saying it's absolutely laughable. Now, granted, Task Force 52, which my little brother was the operations officer for just a few years ago, was dedicated solely to clearing the strait. Now, since then, very recently, it's merged with the destroyer squad.
Let's see what the comments say. This guy, Stubby, says insult everybody, tariff everybody, send other nations' navies. Yeah, right. We'll get back to you on that. I think they're all following Canada's lead, said Norman. Mark Carney said, we'll join when it makes sense to do so. Translation, never. Can't say I disagree. I know they're a threat, though, and I know they're doing a lot of bad things. But I think people should get together and discuss it and make a move together, like the UN or something. I don't think people should just blow each other up and start saying it's wartime. Maybe they knew something that we don't. Maybe they had intel of an income tax. I don't know. I just don't know. This guy right here, Chumbus, says, you'll do what you're told. I bet your navy is already on the way. Good little boy. This guy right here, JTA W9W, says maybe some tariffs would do the trick. Everybody's making fun of them for tariffs. I know I saw some comments yesterday. They were like, do what you're told or more tariffs. You want more tariffs? You want more? I don't know, something's not right about all this. It's like everybody hates America even more now. That nobody wants to help us. And we're doing things we shouldn't do. And saying things we shouldn't be saying. It's just all wrong, I think. It's just, I don't know, nothing we can do about it, but try to stay informed, I guess. I think that's enough news for now. It's all the same stuff. Going to war, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. think it's going to be a good time to kick it into a different gear right now. What? I wonder if I could stream this. I gotta try to watch this one.
Love is in the air.
Okay, the channel name is Saturated Content. I go here sometimes. Look at the title of this video. Nova Online, covered in bugs and open wounds. That's crazy. I gotta watch that.
Air this February.
Love is in the air.
But I can make your Valentine's Day one of the best days of your life.
Exclusive cheesy property of @TheNovan Universe on TikTok.
I think I've seen this one.
Explaining a review.
Actually, I ordered the French onion soup with these, so I didn't get chips, but let's try out the beer battered fish and... Can I get a French onion soup, please? Let's try just the broth. Okay. Nice and flavorful.
And the best thing about this clip is that you think that he might be escaping the infestation that is existing inside the house. Well, it's seeping outside. Now, in fairness, once again, you know, I want to be able to play both sides because that way I always come out on top. It is outside, alright? Outside has bugs. I know that's... You can put that on a t-shirt and sell it. Saturated Content. Outside has bugs. That's just...
Outside has bugs. Inside has bugs. In its clothes, he has bugs.
That's
probably eating some bugs, so there's bugs inside of him.
That's the expert commentary that you show up for. Otherwise, how else are you going to be able to think for yourself? I didn't know that bugs existed outside. Now Nova's eating his soup and he's having a grand old time, and I'm just sort of imagining those like cartoons.
I think I did see this one. I remember them talking about bugs and stuff over and over.
Yeah, it is a big burrito.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Look at this shit. Look at him. It says right here, my revenge arc is starting. Be prepared to see a new side of me you've never seen. What the fuck, is this supposed to be something that makes us scared, or could you at least like wear some different clothes, or maybe have it dark inside with like a single light bulb on looking down on you or something kind of cool in some fashion? You did none of that. You just sitting there in your hoarder house, standard lighting, normal clothes. Seems like minimal effort. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that Pepe the frog, Pepe the frog. And he has, like, those clothes on because he's trying to be like a little wrestler. He likes to pretend he's a wrestler. That's what this reminds me of.
Shebang!
Yeah, that dude's feminine as fuck. It's like a weird little femboy.
I ain't gay, but I do gay stuff.
So this is my
He says gay. He's not gay, but he does gay stuff.
personal present to all of you, bringing in a happy Valentine's Day. You can be my Valentine, you can be Nova's Valentine, your right hand can be your Valentine. It's just a happy grand old time. And you know, Nova might be trying to put on some airs, he's trying to really flex on the haters. I'm intimidated, alright? He's starting his revenge tour. If you haven't really kept up, he's been going
just taking a dump.
Going after some smaller content creators. Now, he's done this in the past before, where he'll start copyright striking people's videos. So who knows? He hasn't gone after any of the larger creators at this point, but we need some justice. It's ironic because on Too High for Stupid in the past, he literally read out verbatim what fair use is. And now he's over here just trying to slam doink all over everybody. And you know, I'm just trying to, you know, smoke peace pipe with everybody. Let's get in our circle, let's have a good time, let's hold hands, and we'll dance around and sing Kumbaya. All right, that's my whole point. We're all gonna get together, it's all gonna work out okay. And Nova, he's just gonna be prowling around. All right, he's gonna be out there. Don't be afraid. All right, this isn't a Friday the 13th movie, even though it is a Friday the 13th and when this video is uploaded. So
history. That's how my TikTok account started. April 1st, 2021, I created my account, and as you all know, on that one fateful day in June 2022,
this dude posts on YouTube? I didn't know he posted on YouTube.
I got a viral hit with my Wingstop review. Before that, I was known as the guy who obsessed over Idaho, not knowing how bad it was at the time. Now I want nothing more than to get out of this shithole of a state. Anyways, but yeah, that's the origin of my TikTok. Ooh, that smells really good.
now I had to include that
Oh, dude. Music Queen's Kitchen.
juice clip at the end there because I don't want Nova to be appropriating my culture, alright? As somebody who is a 90s kid and did play with Pogs, if you can
It's gross.
even call
Did they stream this or make a video like this?
playing with Pogs an actual thing, never understood how the game actually worked, but you can covered in
I like the way he's zooming in on it more and more.
blood, maybe. Some people were saying that it looked like bed bug stains or something. I don't know. I've never reached that level of just pure disgust in my personal life, so I'm not quite the expert. I've seen a lot of these people that we cover on this channel. Hey, you know,
I don't think I'm that interested in this guy anymore. They do make fun of him big time though. I kind of feel like playing a game, but at the same time, it's like, I don't feel like doing anything. Too much effort. Got no energy. Some of this stuff I remember. Sorry, I remember King Cobra. I remember back whenever he was streaming, and he had this lady right here on there. Bullet Jessica. Her name's Jessica. Jessica Boyle or something. I remember this perfectly. I was there in the chat some of the times. Very, very much, quite a bit of turmoil there. That's Wings of Redemption, smell his chair. Someone gave him some, like, $5 or $20 or something like that to sniff his own chair after he sat in it. He totally did it. I only have, like, my toe in this stuff, okay? I know a little bit of a couple of these lolcows. And the little bit I do know is hilarious. I gotta fight the urge. I gotta fight the urge to look at troll stuff. I can't do it. Can't do it. Shouldn't do it. Gotta be a good person. Just stop doing it. It's laughing at people. Dang. It's bad for me. Bad for the soul. I'm kind of afraid to try to watch some of these Tales from the Crypt. Sometimes they have nudity in them. Do not want to accidentally discover some nudity. Chinatown. I've never tried watching the Twilight Zone stuff. I don't know if I'm even able to. I don't know if YouTube will try to shut me down or anything. What I do feel like doing? There is something I feel like doing. Let me see if I can do this. Just gonna sit here and chill for a minute. Bring this screen up real quick while I do some magic in the background here. Decisions. I have so many games, it's not even funny. And the funny thing is, I don't really play any of them. Just the same few over and over. Everything just seems like too high of effort for me to try to play them. I think there's one thing I can do. I think I'm gonna load up this game I haven't played in a while. It's called Vampire Survivors. I'm gonna grab a snack real quick. Hold on. It is indeed snack time. Do 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 do. Oh, this smells so good. Mm. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Simply amazing. Okay, let me pull up my other dealie right here. There we go. There it is. This is Vampire Survivors. I've never seen it. You're about to. It's a good little chill game. Not too hard. All I gotta do is walk around. Like it when it comes, Big Papa. I don't remember this level. This character is leveled up like crazy, so it's gonna be easy for me. Damage I'm doing already. I'm standing here. Yeah, I leveled up some of these characters like a lot. Look at it. The Bible is a good one too. But sometimes I like to write songs. I was actually writing one earlier. It's like a rap song. So easy because I'm overpowered like hell at this point. Kinda having fun with this. It's not too hard to do. I feel like putting much effort in today. Any projectiles I got going on? They're like fire rings, fireballs. I got the blue things from the magic wand. And I got Bibles floating around me for protection. And I got those little... whatever those little confetti balls or whatever they are. These right here, they're cherry bombs. find the garlic. I want the garlic. Well, the King Bible never ends. That's the one. Fires with no delay. see what's going on. Everything up in the map. Now all I can do is just stand here and see what happens. Like a box over there I can pick up. Oh, the rocket. That's a good one. The claws. Awesome. This shouldn't be too hard. That's me right there. This Pete's supposed to be The other character I had was like OP as hell. You're supposed to be doing it like this, walking around looking for little XP. Little crystals. I didn't do too good on that one. Let's try this one. A lot harder whenever you don't have no character with a hat at all, though. It's just pretty tough. I think this is the first time I played with this one. I'll make it over there. I don't know if I can make it all the way around and do everything. Let me try. This hub went down so fast. That's way too many for me to handle. Okay, now we have evolved the King Bible. That'll help us fight back. That Soul Eater. pretty sure. The other things are not positive. They make them harder, the enemies harder. Try to avoid those. Almost there. Okay, that's good. We need thunder loop. Definitely gonna get easier now. Oh yeah, it's getting tougher now. They're starting to crowd me a little more. I'm just strong enough. I think that's a fight on. This area, 5% effects. Okay, now at this point, every time I level up, it's gonna give me a little bit more strength, speed, and power for each one of my attacks. It's gonna make me a little stronger over and over again. Now we're getting double the healing power. Guess each time something happens. come faster. We're almost at the end of that. It's supposed to be something at the end coming. It's like death. Grim Reaper. base damage up by 10%. The cooldown's reduced by 0.2 seconds. Got one more projectile on Team Hardware. That Bible is one of my favorite ones. That and the garlic. It just generates like a field around you. That's hard when you get through. Especially when you have both of them. I like it. Protect the bubble. And then Soul Eaters, the evolved version of garlic, steals hearts from enemies. Extra passive weapon. Let's get Duplicator. I think that doubles the amount of projectiles that I have. space damage. Pentagram did the most damage, 1.1 million. I wonder what this one is. I have to discover it. that is. I think there's an enemy. Enemy over there. I think I'm wasting that. Oh, the 4 seasons. That Soul Eater. Death Spiral. I think I got almost everything, so now I can just tour it here. Letting me choose another weapon. Go for this one. Getting all that money, 25,000. doubt they're gonna get strong enough to get me at this point. They're pretty much keeping at a distance. Big one's trying to. Not gonna work though. So much going on, so many numbers, so many things flying. Oh, unlock something. Unlock the horse. Get a total of 6,000 suspicious looking enemies. Nice. We unlocked something. Very nice. Alright, well, I think that's enough games. Had a good bit of fun. And I guess I'm gonna call it a stream. I'm gonna go chill. And so, I want to thank everybody who peeked in and came, checked out the stream, but who's watching this in the future. Hope you liked it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.